So jumping into the grand finals of the Late Night Series number 30, the last one of Late Night Season 3, we have Augusto B playing against Logan M, and we have two of the best decks in format, Mew VMAX on one side versus Arceus VSTAR. Last week we saw the first Brilliant Stars where actually Augusto made the finals there with their Mew VMAX deck. They actually lost to a Durant deck, so we had Mew making finals twice in this new Brilliant Stars metagame. And we're going to see this new Arceus VSTAR deck piloted by Logan from the Shuffle Squad. So Augusto's going to be starting off first, and that's a quick start with Battle VIP Pass. Absolutely amazing, and that's what you want to see. And we're seeing Augusto look through their prize cards. I think that's a really solid choice overall, determining what's going to be going on with their deck. Pulling up Augusto's list, Augusto's playing a very typical Mew list. They do play a one-of Tech Peony, they do play an Echoing Horn, and they do play an Old Cemetery. So those are three things that lists typically don't play. Everything else is very, very, very standard. As for Logan's deck is a little bit different. A lot of players haven't necessarily seen this list before. It's kind of a new take on Arceus VSTAR with Charon's Care and Melanie and Inteleon to kind of search things out. The deck kind of, you go power up an Arceus VSTAR, Trinity Nova, attack, kind of loop back with Charon's Care, Path to the Peak. You have a lot of searchability, so it's kind of just like a very consistent version of Arceus. So overall, I think this is a great start for Augusto. I don't know if there's anything else that they could ever ask for. I think they're going to end up getting their 6 Pokemon down. I don't see a reason not to grab a Melanie. I think you just go Quick Ball away an Ultra Ball, search your deck for a Meloetta. And I think that's what we're going to see. You want to hold on to the stadium just in case Logan drops that Path to the Peak. Let's see what they grab. There's the Meloetta. You can see Mew's a very predictable deck, but it's an incredibly powerful deck. For anyone who's participating in any upcoming events, such as the Metafy Regional Championships or the Brisbane Regional Championships or Salt Lake City, Liverpool, this is a really good match that's probably going to determine what's going to be going on at the metagame. So far, so good on Augusto's behalf. The fact that we're starting with the Dunsparce here on Logan's side might be a little bit tough, especially considering there is that Boss's Orders in Augusto's hand. So now that we see the Arceus, I don't think we're going to see an attack because we already saw the Water Energy attached, although we could see maybe a Melanie play into a Trinity Charge. Arceus has been absolutely dominating as well. Like, normally it's the Arceus Duraludon build or the Arceus Toolbox build, but so far I think it's really one of those things where Logan pushing forward, this Inteleon build kind of excites me the most. I actually just finished filming a deck profile video with gameplay for this Arceus deck, so expect that up on the channel probably after this grand finals. Not the greatest start, so this is a great opportunity for Augusto to punish that Arceus V on the bench. It does have 250 HP, but that could be as simple as just attaching an energy to a Mew and going Power Tablet Choice Belts. So we'll see how Augusto really decides to go for this. Eventually it's like looking for a Mew VMAX, but I think that's what we're going to end up seeing this turn is the Mew VMAX, so we have access to Cross Fusion Strike to copy Technoblast. Discarding both of those, I'm not sure how I necessarily feel about that. I'd like to almost keep one for the Path to the Peak, but it might be a little bit too much. It's whatever. I think it's one of those things where there's still always that Rose Tower. So I think we're played a little bit heavy on the stadiums. As far as I can tell, like, to me, I think that's a little bit heavy on the stadiums. And they just keep on drawing into stadiums. But let's see what this Cram-o-matic brings. Cram-o-matic Tails. We still got Genesect. I mean, drawing 5 cards here certainly can be huge. And we do see a Power Tablet, but the hand's not really playable beyond that. So this might just be Logan's lucky break to survive the attack. I think you have to just go for the Power Tablet, see if you can get another Genesect, and if you get the Choice Belt or another Power Tablet or a Cram-o-matic, you're just kind of chilling. The Mew VMAX, not a bad tech because it does allow you to draw one more with that last Genesect. Will we see it? No, we don't. So Augusto is going to miss here. That Arceus V is going to see another day. At this point, I think you might as well just try to attack it. There's no point of just like sending up a Genesect or a Meloetta and just passing. Maybe sending up a Meloetta is not that bad. I'll have to see how Augusto feels about this one. The attack might be huge because it might be difficult to knock out that Arceus VSTAR if it doesn't have any kind of damage. And it doesn't look like Logan's in a position to be able to use something like Charon's Care going forward this turn. So we'll have to see. Augusto's really thinking about this one. I don't think they DC'd because we're watching the stream from their perspective. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see that Max Miracle. Actually, we're probably not going to see a Max Miracle. We're probably going to see... I would have thought Melodious Echo would be much better, actually. Would have done 10 more damage. Not that it matters, but it's probably better in premise. So we see that Arceus V. What is Logan going to do? Is this Pokemon going to evolve? We do see the Arceus VSTAR evolving. So Arceus VSTAR going to be able to use Starbirth if Logan's missing anything, or just go for Trinity Nova. This could be a Marnie kind of path game, and we might see those Genesects get locked out for the rest of the game because those are a lot of stadiums at the bottom or in the discard pile. Yeah, not really a great hand if Logan's able to go like double turbo energy, get access to another Arceus, get access to a path. I think that could be a really huge play on Logan's behalf, really just slowing this game down dramatically and just kind of taking a lead. Especially, like, again, those stadiums, unfortunately, are just at the bottom of the deck. Gonna see what this Drizzile grabs out here. There's a path to the peak, so certainly, it looks like Logan does have all the available pieces. Let's see what this Starbirth brings. I'm assuming we're going to see access to another Arceus V and a double turbo energy if I ever saw one. Then you could Trinity Nova, power up the other one. Let's see if Logan's going to play out all those cards. There's the Arceus, there's the energy, there's the path. That's the combo that Augusto probably didn't want to see. We're going to see that Trinity Nova doing 180 damage to Mew. And what does Augusto follow this up with this turn? I mean, we're probably going to see a knockout with the Mew VMAX, but we'll have to see how it's playing. Really, it's going to be tough. We want to see that Stadium card from Augusto, but we just see that Elesa Sparkle. I don't think that's necessarily what we're looking for here. So let's see how that plays out. I mean, at least we have access to a lot of damage if we're playing from Augusto's side, but not really much with those stadiums available in deck. Are they only going to go for the one energy? Might be worthwhile since they do have double Elesa, but like... honestly, I think it might be better to be doing something else. Like, I think like, maybe you want to hold on to both just so you have an attack for next turn. It's actually a smart play. Yeah, I think you only grab the one. I do like that play from Augusto. But they are going to be going for both. Maybe they'll just hope that they top deck an energy or that they're going to get one off their prize cards here. And they're thinning out their deck to try to draw into more cards. So let's see what else they get. There's another Genesect. You can see only the one Training Court in the deck as far as I can tell. So let's see this, not Technoblast, we're going to be seeing Melodious Echo for 280 damage. That smokes that Arceus VSTAR. Boom, knockout. But as long as Logan is able to grab an Arceus V Star, we are going to see a knockout again with Trinity Nova. So Arceus V is going to be going up into the active position. And we can even get the knockout here with the Power Edge attack. So I think Logan's okay from there. Now, there's the Marnie. Doesn't look like Logan has it yet. But you gotta understand, Augusto's still under Pathlock. There is the energy. There is a Cram-o-matic. Not bad cards to see. What are we going to see there? Okay, there is the Ultra Ball. So we are going to see it evolve into an Arceus VSTAR as long as there is one in the deck. Are we going to see the Arceus VSTAR or are they in the prize cards? There is the Arceus VSTAR. Awesome. So Arceus VSTAR evolve. Let's see this Trinity Nova. Boom, attack, and let's get those energies onto that Arceus V on the bench. I don't know how many water energies are left but there should be some in some capacity. Okay, so we do see the energy. We're just one double turbo energy away from bringing it back. And I think the card that's going to be getting set up here is going to be the Mew VMAX, because it does give Augusto free retreat. And let's see how this goes. Tails, not what Augusto is looking for. So you got your choice. Do you sacrifice that Meloetta or not? It's going to be really tough overall. You can see Augusto is really running low on that time that we've seen on the clock. They've been making a lot of these longer decisions in the game. So they don't really have much time. They're forced into these things. So if we see an attack with this Mew VMAX, yeah, there's Max Miracle. Again, I'm not sure why we're not seeing the 140 from Melodious Echo, because the 140 could actually matter in some capacity. Looks like we might see a Charon's Care from Logan's side. So it's looking pretty good. This Path to the Peak really putting a lot of effort. And Logan really choosing how 2 prize card Pokemon can be more efficient than Mew VMAX being worth 3 prize cards. So there's Ultra Ball. See how this adds up here. See, Logan's board state's working really well. That Dunsparce, unfortunate start, but like, I mean, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. There's the Arceus VSTAR. Are we going to see a Professor's Research here? To me, everything tells me that we're leading into a Professor's Research. There you go, Professor's Research. Logan's really looking for that double turbo energy to kind of go ahead and take a lead here. So there's another water energy in hand, and we're really just one energy away from making it happen, or maybe a Melanie or something like that. I think we're just going to see a Trinity Nova here and put that Mew down to where it's just like Augusto might be forced to retreat or just lose the game. And with no access to Marnie, there's not really much that Augusto can do. Oh, there's the Inteleon, so Logan really has a lot of options here. You can see it, the deck's not like spectacular, like it's not doing a lot of damage, but it has so many different techs, and just like these combinations can just be huge. There's that Charon's Care, everything's working out here. It's looking really good overall. So boom, there's 200 damage. We could see another energy. There might not be any energies left. And what does Augusto do? There's the Mew V, but they might be forced to attack with Psychic Leap. Psychic Leap would literally be the difference between them winning the game or losing the game. I'm assuming that Logan does have access to boss's orders. We're probably just going to see that copy, but there's really not anything else to do here. Oh, we are just going to see the Techno Blast going straight through, putting Augusto down to only 2 prize cards left. So something that we weren't necessarily expecting. Are we going to see an energy of any kind? Are we going to see a Melanie? Will Logan take game 1? There's Drizzile. Think maybe we're going to be going for a Professor's Research thinning out of the deck. From my count, it looks like there's 3 double turbo energies left in case there's anything prized, but for me it looks like Logan just kind of thinning out of their odds of the deck and just trying to get all these extra cards out of the way. Quick shooting, yep. There's another quick ball. I mean, it's looking like if we are playing a research, it's probably just game. Drizzile, probably thinning out another card. Is that going to be the Professor's Research? I don't think it would all be this just to get a Marnie. Okay, it's just another card out of the deck. There's Quick Ball. And let's see. As long as they're not the bottom couple cards of the deck, should be game. Does Logan get the double turbo energy? We see the double turbo energy. And there's the Trinity Nova for the knockouts. And Logan is going to be taking game 1. So I'm just going to be double checking the Limitless chat while we reset everything here. I mean, I think Augusto is probably going to be choosing to go first, if I ever had any kind of hunch. I think that's probably what's going to happen. So Logan's 1 game away from being a late night series champion. Augusto trying to win after coming second last week. But I mean, back-to-back finals is absolutely insane. 32 minutes, still plenty of times left for both players to win this event. So yeah, Augusto is going to be going first this game. We do see Mew, we do see Quick Ball, not as good as a start, but we do see that natural stadium again in hand. Augusto just being attracted to those stadium cards. They just keep on going into their hand. Absolutely huge if you are playing against a deck that plays Path to the Peak. So I can only imagine that's definitely a welcomed asset into the hand for sure. And another stadium. You see, you only want to have one stadium when it comes down to it, right? Like, because otherwise you're just hard, especially if you go for that Marnie play. They're at the bottom of the deck. If you play them out early in the game to thin your hand, they can just kind of clog up your hand. So you want to draw into them at the right point. That's kind of what makes Mew difficult deck to deal with. So how's Augusto going to deal with this? I mean, I think the best play might just be discarding that Psychic Energy. Or maybe just saying, you want to know what? Those stadiums aren't going to matter. Let's just discard one. Ellis is fine. I just don't think you discard the Fusion Strike Energy. That's probably the main thing. I think you have to discard a Psychic Energy or one of the stadiums. That's what I'd be looking for. And I mean, you can see they're debating on it. Probably not the order of operation that I'd be playing because the Quick Ball makes sense. Maybe they're just not going to play it down because the Quick Ball is not going to be drawing much anyways. However, it does give them the opportunity to draw into a Battle VIP Pass. Is the Quick Ball going to hit the floor? They're really debating on it. And the thing that's difficult is that they're going to be pushing the timer to its limit like they did during last game. So they are going to lose out on their actions sooner than later. That's the Elesa Sparkle. I really wasn't thinking about that. Depends if they have the Fusion Strike Energies prized or not. I really don't know if I like that play. I would have much rather discarded something else in the hand, at least from my experience, but we're going to be playing a stadium as well. Does make it a little bit tough. We also might just see them use Escape Rope. Get off. No, it doesn't look like they're going to be using Escape Rope. Not really a great hand here. So if Logan just goes Path to the Peak, this could be huge. Even not going Path to the Peak, like, it's one of those things where, like, Augusto just doesn't have a great hand going on here. So how's Logan going to be taking this? It looks like we might just be seeing Sobble using Keep Calling. That might just be the wave. Sobble's underrated when it comes to this matchup. Simple Keep Calling, and then there's access to just like Melanie Double Turbo Energy. With Starbirth, you could grab Melanie Double Turbo Energy, make that happen with the Arceus VSTAR. Logan does have a great chance to look through their deck and have access to all those Sobbles. Really just throwing it back into Augusto's hand. So Keep Calling, really just changing up the tempo a little bit here. Wonder how many Logan's going to choose. See the full board. The whole gang's here. So the Switch, these are cards that Augusto just doesn't want to be seeing. We're looking for like another Genesect, another Quick Ball, maybe an Ultra Ball. I mean, we might just get a knockout with Psychic Leap, but if there's no Mew VMAX, it might be playing defense mode because that Mew V can get knocked out. So at this point, Escape Rope, I think Logan just sends up another Sobble, and we see the Mew go up. Might just waste a Switch. There's not really that many boss's orders. And it's always difficult, where do you attach that energy? I think you got to commit to that Mew V at some point. I think attaching the Psychic Energy is completely fair. It's tough, right? Like, it's a tough decision. Because you want to have that Fusion Strike Energy to copy Meloetta's Echo for future games or future turns. We are seeing the Switch. Are we going to see Switch Rose Tower for 1? There's the Mew VMAX. That was a really lucky top deck. Really good on Augusto's behalf. Let's see what this Genesect gets them for 2, because I don't think they should be playing their Old Cemetery down. They want to be holding that for Path to the Peak so that they have an option. They have none in their discard pile. Maybe they're just like, ah, we got 2 left in the deck. We're chilling. I mean, I do think that they play 4 stadiums in their deck. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, 2 Training Court, 1 Old Cemetery, 1 Rose Tower. I think this is them like playing a little bit like They don't necessarily need to. I mean, at this point, get all your Genesects out. Maybe pitch away that Ultra Ball. Search for a Genesect. We haven't seen a supporter this turn. Boss is ordering up that Arceus V might be just the play. And if they get a Power Tablet, or if they get a Choice Belt, this could just be huge. Getting some damage on that Arceus V could be huge. What are they going to get here? There's the Choice Belt. That's going to be a knockout on the Arceus V. It's not looking good for Logan anymore. It's just like, this is how Mew can just gobble up things just by going first. And yeah, it looks like we're just going to see a Fusion Strike system. I mean, maybe Path to the Peak and then getting an Arceus setup would be fine. We'll have to see what Logan's able to do. It's just really tough. We're going to see that Sobble go up into the active spot. Keep Calling's not really going to do much. So, I mean, it's just going to be like if Logan can play this game kind of defensively or from a control standpoint, as we saw last game, that's really where it's going to be huge. Okay, Logan's just going to scoop. Doesn't look like they have much going on. Looks like we are going to see wins game 2 for Augusto. So Logan will be going first. And we are one game away from seeing the Late Night Series number 30 champion. The last Late Night Series for Late Night Series number 3. Who's going to win? I mean, the matchup looks like it's really close. I'd arguably say it's favored for Mew, but Path to the Peak could be huge overall. We'll have to see how that plays out. Either way, both players have had an incredible Late Night Series 3. It looks like they're both locked for the Invitational, especially with this Grand Finals appearance. And I mean, it's just so nice to be able to get these Grand Finals out on YouTube, so everyone's able to experience what's going on at these Late Night Series. Often these events are on par with regionals in terms of excellent play, and I really appreciate every player coming out and kind of playing their best. Looking like a good hand for Augusto, so I do like that Mew start. Starting with Mew every game is just absolutely fantastic. But how will Logan start this off? That's the big question. That is the big question that we're all waiting for. 4 mulligans. Wow. Such a crazy good hand. There's that Sobble from Logan. Are we going to see another basic down, or are we just going to see a Sobble donk? So going through with the Capacious Bucket can be interesting, but it doesn't necessarily spell what's going on. Maybe they want to get water energies first before they play down something like a Quick Ball. That might just be the reason why things are getting played out like that. So there is that Quick Ball. Are we going to see that Arceus V come down? That's the big question. So there's the Arceus V. Arceus V getting all set up maybe for a turn to Trinity Nova. Oh, and just a natural path to the peak. So again, like you can just see how Augusto is able to like navigate around those paths to the peaks expertly with their stadiums. They just always have that stadium. There's no way about it. Their deck is always about the stadium. And sometimes it just happens like that when you're playing Mew. You can't help the cards that you're going to draw, especially when you mulligan 4 times. And even if they didn't have the stadium, the Cram-o-matic could be huge. So I think Cram-o-matic away either the Switch or the Escape Rope sounds great. Probably the Switch here. I think the Switch here is the better choice. And we do see the head, so that's going to likely be for a Battle VIP Pass. I do like that we are seeing the quick search through the prize cards there. And, oh, are we going to see an Elesa Sparkle? We might be able to just get a knockout here on that Arceus V. They're only like 1 card away from making this happen. So I think you go Quick Ball away, maybe the boss's orders. That might just be the wave. This could be really just going for the game here. So Quick Ball away. There's the Meloetta. We're going to see the Elesa Sparkle powering up those 2. We do see the Natural Fusion Strike energy in hand. And we are going to be able to get a knockout. Like, I mean, getting a knockout turn 1 with Meloetta is absolutely huge. think this is why, like, it's just crazy. What are we gonna see here? There's another heads. That's the Battle VR. That's actually just the Power Tablet or the Choice Belt necessary for the knockout. This is villainous activity. I don't know how else to put it. We're seeing the turn 1 knockout on the Arceus V. To me, that just might just be a scoop from Logan. It's really unfortunate to see if you're Logan. If you're Augusto, you're like, this deck's filthy. You could also just go Echoing Horn, Boss's Orders, knock it out. They're set up for next turn. There's that huge turn 1 knockout. This is why Mew is often feared. It's like Logan, before they even got a chance to set up, is not having an opportunity to set up. This is what makes Mew so absolutely crazy. So let's see what they're able to do here. There's an energy. Are we going to see it keep calling? I'm just not sure exactly like how Logan would jump back into this. I mean, Path to the Peak might be a first step. Maybe they're just going to go for it again. Trying to get another Arceus. Maybe they're going to go for a Drizzile, go for a Marnie. There's very few things that I think could matter here. There's another Arceus V, and we do see that Boss's Orders just chilling in their hands. So there's the Arceus. There's that. Are we going to see the Marnie? That's the big question. I think we need to see a Marnie here. Coming from Logan. So it is going to evolve into the Drizzile. It's tough. Yeah, there's that Marnie. You just can't leave Mew with that 6-card hand. Maybe if you go Marnie Path, you could survive, kinda. Okay, Marnie Path. I mean, it's not the worst start to a game that I've ever seen. There's a lot of Mew VMAX at the bottom of that deck if there's no stadium here. And we do see the Cram-o-matic, so like there are opportunities to make that happen. But Augusto drawing that stadium is going to be massive. And we might just see a knockout here on another Arceus V. Like, just putting Augusto so far ahead in this game could be absolutely massive. So I think Augusto is really just going to be running this one. We'll have to see. There's the tails. Let's see what this Genesect can draw. I think they're just going to look to see if they can play the Power Tablet to draw one more card. Will there be a Boss's Orders? Will there be an Escape Rope? We do see an Escape Rope. The Escape Rope is going to be able to take a knockout on one of these Pokemon, really leaving Logan down on the second turn of Augusto's game to really just be down at 2 prize cards remaining on Augusto's side. Like, this is Mew at its absolute finest. Like I said, the only way that I like to describe it nowadays is villainous activity. You cannot, like, this deck is like cheat mode. Like, it's cheat codes, all that good stuff. It's totally a legit deck. Totally legit. I really like Mew. I respect Mew. Sometimes the deck feels absolutely filthy. And this is a game where I just think that, like, it almost feels unfair to watch unfolds. Yeah, and I think the other energy going on the Mew V, copying Meloetta Echo, absolutely, like, turn to 310 and down to 2 prize cards remaining. So even now that Mew cannot get knocked out, so Logan has to go Boss's Orders onto that Meloetta and can't even knock it out. I mean, we might have to see Boss's Orders attack with Inteleon, knock out that Meloetta, and just hope. But even if that, there's like Echoing Horn. It's just really not looking good. We don't see the Boss's Orders. So it looks like with the Boss's Orders available in Augusto's hand with Power Tablet, to me, that looks like it's probably game. I might just be missing something, but this Mew VMAX absolutely looks like it's going to just cause game. A really painful game 3 to watch if you're Logan, but if you're Augusto, you're like, wow, this is why I played Mew all day. This is why I made the Grand Finals. This is why I made Grand Finals back-to-back weeks in a row. Maybe Echoing Horn is good in Mew now. Just kind of rolling through things. The deck's a lot more aggressive, and if you get it off, could be huge. I know we haven't seen it yet, but it just could happen. We'll see what Logan's gonna do. I mean, we'll see. Maybe the big charm does help a little bit. Maybe the Arceus helps out a little bit. Like, I'm not sure exactly what we could go for. There's still the Starbirth, so like maybe there's a way to get around something, right? Like, Pokemon has 310 HP, but again, 280 with Meloetta's Echo plus Power Tablet plus Boss's Orders. Augusto has it all, and it's just like a tiger just pouncing, like ready for that attack. Can't see a Melanie here because we already attached for our turn. There's no knockout happening because of that attachment now. I really don't see with Logan's list if there's any out here. There's the pass, and Augusto is going to win the Late Night Series number 30. Well played. There's those last prize cards. There's the Meloetta's Echo 310, and Augusto takes it. I really appreciate everyone watching this video and seeing exactly how the grand finals turned out for the Late Night Series number 30. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to this video. Let me know in the comments what decks you're looking forward on the channel, or which deck that you like more, the Arceus VSTAR deck, the Mew deck. Is Mew a problem? Should Mew be banned? Let's spark a discussion. I look forward to the Late Night Series Invitational this upcoming week, and we also have access to the Tri-Metify Regional Championships that I'm also going to be running this weekend. So stay tuned for more great content on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. Peace out.